What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We all know how good Luka Doncic is. We just know that. But there's also the thing that we always say with him is the roster around him may not be good enough. There was just recently a mural painted, and then now there's an article saying that Luka Doncic just requested that the Mavs upgrade the roster to the deadline. So I'm going to give what Luka Doncic requested. I'm going to do what he asked. I'm going to try my best to upgrade this Mavericks roster at the deadline. Try to get this team a championship with obviously Luka Doncic. Build around him a little bit better and see what we can do. Let's go. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one. Of course, subscribe if you are new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. The Dallas Mavericks roster, as we know, it's Luka, it's Christian Wood, Dinwiddie, Tim Hardaway, Finney Smith, JaVale McGee, Dwight Powell, Josh Green, Reggie Bullock, Maxi Kleber, Bertans, Frank Ntilikina, Jaden Hardy, Theo Pinson, and you got a couple two-way contracts down here. So obviously, as we know, this Mavericks roster, it's okay. It's nothing great. They have a very high payroll, so that is something we need to take note of. It's not like they're being cheap. They're definitely paying players, but it's just not the guys that Luka wants and that a lot of us see are guys that are going to help Luka. So basically what I want to do is try to upgrade this roster as much as I can. We're going to start here at the trade deadline, which I've already simulated to, and at this point we're 28 and 28, so literally right on the dot of 500. So how are we going to do this? I have no idea. It's going to be a lot of fun because the Mavericks pick is locked up to the Knicks this year. So it's not like we can trade our first round pick and get somebody here at the deadline. We're going to have to wait until that pick is conveyed, which I think it will, because I'm pretty sure it's like lottery protected. So yeah, it's a lottery protected, or it's a top 10 pick. I'm pretty sure Luka Doncic will get us into the playoffs no matter what. So our pick should be gone, or that pick should convey to the Knicks. So we should have all of our future assets. So we can make a big trade in the offseason, but I do want to make some changes here as well. So as far as what I want to do with this roster, Christian Wood is here to stay. He has moved in the starting lineup recently, and he has been very good for them, averaging 18 points per game. Very good. I want to move Dinwiddie to the point guard. Actually, I actually want to have Dinwiddie be the sixth man of this team. I want to keep him off the bench. Right now, you have Josh Green, which I actually feel very good about. I think he could be a very good player. Jaden Hardy as well, which these are our two young assets that we have on this roster outside of our draft picks. You have Tim Hardaway, who has been in some trade rumors, so we might trade him. Reggie Bullock, maybe we could trade him away as well. You have Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, Bertans. There's plenty of spacing on this team, but there's just, you need more, basically. So what I'm going to try to do is be as creative as I can here. I'll probably make like a couple trades here at the deadline, and then I'll try to make like a big trade in the offseason. I think that's my game plan. So as far as what we're going to get here at the deadline to upgrade this roster, like I said, we don't really have draft picks to trade away, so it's not going to be easy. This is going to have to be creative thinking. It's going to have to be like that Porzingis for Dinwiddie and Bertans kind of trade. It's just going to have to be like that. So wish me luck here. This is going to be easy. I'm going to take a peek around the league and see if there's any guys that I can snag here to upgrade this Mavericks roster. None of these trades at the deadline will be very sexy. We're going to have to wait till the offseason to do that, honestly. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that allows you to choose overs or unders on your favorite players that you enjoy watching each and every day. It is available on mobile or desktop, and this is how it looks. They give you the number, and you're going to choose over or under on it. They pretty much have every sport you can imagine, whether it's soccer, NFL, NHL. They have a ton of different options. So this is how it works. You choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 being 3 times your money, all the way up to 6 players, 25 times your money. Prize Picks has just elevated my watching experience to a whole new level. So if you want to sign up, I also have some of my entries as examples here. That way you can kind of see how it works. But if you want to sign up, links in the description. Use code Crushables. They match your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. So the first trade I'm trying to make is I'm trying to send Tim Hardaway over to the New York Knicks for Evan Fournier and Cameron Reddish. Cameron Reddish is a piece that I think I could be excited about for the future. Bring him in, and we could develop him here right away, get him some confidence going. Evan Fournier would be just kind of a nice throw-in as a guy who could, space the floor around Luka, whatever. He's not really a part of the long-term plans. I'm more focused on Cameron Reddish and getting out of Tim Hardaway's salary. So they want a 2025 top 10 protected pick. I obviously can't do that. I'm okay with throwing Theo Pinson in here, but let's say I can maybe get away with a second round pick in this trade. They want a 2027 unprotected. That cannot happen, unfortunately, and I'll throw in this other second round pick. They don't agree to it. We're getting really close to this trade going through. I'll offer Davis Bertans. Well, I guess I could try to throw in Davis Bertans or Reggie Bullock in here maybe as well. And you give me like a cheap Svi Mikhailuk or something. I don't know if that would get it to go through. No, that's not going to happen either. Let's say, do I have a guy that's worth 2 stars? Dwight Powell is worth 2 stars. Maybe I'll throw Dwight Powell in here, and then you give me Fee Mikhailuk, something like that. They're a little bit off. Fee's making 1.8, so we need a little bit more. Quickly, that would be probably way too much for them to throw in. Wow, this is going to be very tight. So Dwight Powell is just making a little too much money that they can't do it. JaVale McGee might be the answer here. Maybe I could throw JaVale McGee instead. Maybe that would get it to go through. So Hardaway, JaVale McGee for 48, Reddish 2 seconds, and they don't agree to it. Wow. Thought for sure that was going through. Frank Ntilikina and then Arcidiacono. This goes through right here. Come on. Come on, baby. Let's go. Okay, we have our first trade done. We get Cameron Reddish as a piece we can be excited about. We did trade 2 seconds to get it done, but we get Evan Fournier and Cameron Reddish to get off Hardaway's contract entirely. Trade JaVale McGee and Frank Ntilikina. So that is our first trade going down. Tim Hardaway's out of here. We get Evan Fournier and Cameron Reddish. Like I said, I plan on developing Cameron Reddish, trying to have him as a piece that we could either trade away in the future. That's a young 23-year-old we can be excited about. We're going to re-sign him, and then we're going to have Hardy, Josh Green as our other assets. So kind of like that first trade for us. So this rotation is going to be a little bit different now, but Josh Green will start, which I'm actually really excited about. I actually kind of want to have, well, we don't really have a power forward. Do I want to throw Cameron Reddish in there right away over Bullock? I might do that. Let's just give him some confidence going, and we can throw Jaden Hardy in the rotation. But I want to make one more trade. Right now, our backup center is Dwight Powell. I don't like that. I really don't. I'm not a big fan of Dwight Powell. He's okay and all, but if I can try to get somebody better, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to make one more trade here, and then our big trade will come this offseason. I said I was going to get a backup center, but instead I'm going to be sending Reggie Bullock over to the Grizzlies for Danny Green and a second-round pick. I know this doesn't seem like much of an upgrade, but trust me, when we're penny pinching for assets, I definitely want a second-round pick here. So I'm going to be doing this. Danny Green's going to give us pretty much the same thing Reggie Bullock does. So now that gives a clear path for Cameron Reddish to start over Danny Green, and then Danny Green will get some minutes here in Dallas. So yeah, we're not winning a championship this year by any means, but I got a second round pick, which is what I kind of wanted. I'm penny pinching for assets at this point. So did we upgrade the roster? Maybe not. We got Luka, Josh Green. If Cameron Reddish can come in here right away and make, you know, some subtle changes here, that'd be great. But with no assets, there just wasn't a ton we could do unless we were trading Jaden Hardy and Josh Green away. But trust me, once we get in the offseason where our pick is going to be, you know, available, our picks are going to be all available, I'm excited about what we can do. Nikola Jokic wins MVP. You got Polo winning Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook, 6th man. Miles Turner, Defensive Player. And Şengün is your most improved. JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. Luka, of course, makes All-NBA First Team. No surprises there. We have the man locked up long-term, 31, 10, and 9. You love to see it. We got the first in the West. So, yeah, we didn't really upgrade the roster that much, but we kind of set ourselves up, basically. So, 31 from Luka, 20 from Christian Wood, 15 from Dinwiddie, 13 from Cameron Reddish. So, he came over here and did pretty good. He went up to 13 points per game. 36% from 3, which is exactly what I wanted out of him. So I'm very happy to have that. Finney Smith, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And then Josh Green with 9 points. So hopefully Josh Green can turn into something for us. Fournier with 7 off the bench. We'll take that. Jaden Hardy with 6. Dwight Powell with 6 and 5.5 from Kleba. So let's get into it. We get the Warriors in round 1. Don't know if we'll beat the Warriors in round 1. That's going to be a tough task to ask. So let's see if we can do it, but I do like Josh Green, Cameron Reddish, Finney Smith, Christian Wood. I think the biggest thing this obviously for me is going to be upgrading, I mean, probably the power forward spot. I want to keep Dinwiddie as a 6th man. The bench is going to be needed to upgrade as well. We're going to be very, very aggressive this offseason. So somebody current round against the Warriors, and we are going to lose in 7. So we pushed the Warriors to 7 games, but unfortunately we come up short. 25 and 17 from Christian Wood, 21 from Luka, 16 and 16. So if Reddish and Josh Green can be really good, 20% from 3 in the playoffs is not great from my man Cameron Reddish. But hey, Josh Green, 45% from 3. So if I can try to keep Josh Green out of trades this offseason, I think that's what I'm going to do. So semi-playoffs, let's see where we're at. We got the Warriors and the Pelicans, and then you got the Cavs making it. So Cavs versus Warriors for like the 5th time in history or whatever. So Cavs beat them in 4. Now we got a huge offseason ahead of us. LeBron retires, Chris Paul retires, Kyle Lowry retires. Let's go straight to the lottery. So our pick is obviously going to be going to the Knicks. So the Knicks end up with 12, and then they also have our pick via 21. So our picks are all unprotected now, or no protections anymore. Our picks are freed up. We can make some trades. So I'm not going to make any changes at the head coaching position. I like Jason Kidd. We'll keep that the way it is. But I definitely want to get someone else. We're going to have to get aggressive this offseason. Whoever's selling, I'm coming to make a trade. That's all I got to say. So if we can make a trade with a team that's selling a very good asset we can put next to Luka, we're doing it. That is the goal here. So let's take a look, see who is available, and I will have a trade lined up here in a second. So taking a look at who is available, who's selling, who's rebuilding. One guy I kind of like, but I got him in yesterday's video, so I kind of don't want to. It would be like Laurie Marketing from the Jazz. He could be kind of nice to have here, but I think the dream scenario, the dream teammate here to get for Luka Doncic, who is available at this point, and it's pretty clearly obvious in my opinion, it's going to be Siakam. 29-year-old Pascal Siakam. The Raptors went 41-41. They're rebuilding, so he is available. This franchise is clearly in rebuild mode and will not be that interested in acquiring aging veterans. So, yes, I'm going to give them some aging veterans, but probably be mortgaging my future to get a guy like Siakam on this roster. I think it could be a game changer. So that's the best player, in my opinion, that's available. You have like Julius Randle as well. You got like RJ. The Knicks are kind of selling or whatever. But my opinion, we can pull it. If we can pull this off, this is the guy to go for. He's on a 1-year contract, just averaged 22 points per game, 31% from 3, 8 rebounds. I'm going Siakam. So I got Dinwiddie, got Luka Doncic under the contract, obviously. I am going to go throw in. We're going to have to throw in some. Okay, so Davis Bertans' salary, Evan Fournier's salary. So wait, do I even have to have salary in this trade? Yes, I do. Okay, so we do need salary in this trade, which makes sense. I'm going to be throwing Evan Fournier in here and Davis Bertans' salary to fill out this salary that we need. So now I throw in every pick I can possibly throw in. 2024, 2026, 2027. And Jaden Hardy would probably have to be in the trade as well. So yeah, I'm mortgaging the future for Pascal Siakam. The Raptors walk away with Jaden Hardy, who has showcased he is a bucket. You're going to have to trade somebody. So unfortunately, Hardy being a 70 overall, he's going to be the guy that's on the chopping block for me. So Fournier, Davis Bertans, bring unprotected for Siakam. Do they accept? They do. Just like that, we mortgage the future for Siakam, and that is what I wanted. So now we have Pascal Siakam going to be playing power forward for us. I'm going to move Finney-Smith to small forward or whatever, so move him to small forward. So now Siakam is that upgrade we needed as a co-star for Luka. So we went that route, and I'm happy to have Siakam. So that is done. All of our picks are traded away. We have no draft picks, so we finally got the help Luka Doncic was asking for. So hopefully it works out for us. I am going to accept Dinwiddie. I'm going to accept Josh Green, of course. And then we have to pay Christian Wood and Cameron Reddish this offseason, which I want to do. So it's going to be a team that's very expensive, but it's the team you pay for when you're trying to win a championship. So I am going to pay Christian Wood the money he is asking for. I know the Mavericks can actually extend him in real life. They haven't done that just yet. I think apparently they're interested in like a 2-year deal. I'm not going to renounce Dwight Powell just in case I can't get a better center. So Christian Wood is back. Cameron Reddish I want to bring back as well, so I'm going to bring him back on a 4-year deal. That could be a steal of a contract, and he'd be enticed to take that because, you know, he could be out of the league, honestly, if he doesn't stick somewhere. So we're going to go ahead and throw that at him. So now you have Luka, Dinwiddie, you have Josh Green at the 2, which I'm excited about. Hopefully get some development out of him. Dorian Finney-Smith at the 3 with Cameron Reddish probably off the bench. Siakam and Kleba, and then you have Christian Wood. So I need to upgrade the bench more. I do like Dinwiddie off the bench for us, but shooting guard, if we can get like a really good one, so like a Gary Harris off the bench, a Seth Curry who was in Dallas once upon a time. You got Joe Ingles, Torian Prince. So there's some solid options here to bring off the bench for this team. Dwight Powell is most likely to be our backup center. There's not a ton of better options. You have like Noel, who could be maybe somebody we can get. So I am going to start off with signing Gary Harris. And Gary Harris would be an excellent addition off our bench. So I'm going to sign him to back up Josh Green. And then next would be, I guess, getting Dwight Powell back. I'm not in love with him as my backup center, but if that's the best option I can get, then so be it. So Dwight Powell is going to be my backup center once again, if he accepts it, and he is back. So Dwight Powell stays here in Dallas. You have like Joe Ingles I can give a minimum contract to. So overall, this team I think can compete. I really do. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you definitely have a deep rotation now that all these guys could get some minutes, and hopefully player progression ends up on our side as well. So let's see where we're at as far as player progression is concerned. Lawson, and then here's a progression. So yeah, not great to see that. Dwight Powell, Ingles, Max Kleba, Dwight Powell all going down. We actually kind of have Kleba's contract here, so we could make another trade theoretically. So I might end up doing that. We're going to keep that all the same. We're going to leave these two. So the only thing I really want to do is upgrade the backup front court. The backup front court is so bad. So that is what we're doing next. We're going to upgrade that. Kleba, as great as you are, we're going to probably use your salary to upgrade the front court because it's not good. I actually tried to upgrade the front court in the offseason, but there wasn't a good trade at all once I threw Kleba in there. So I'm going to probably have to wait till the deadline where teams are more available to, you know, sell. So we have Luka Doncic, Gary Harris starting. Actually, might throw Josh Green out there instead. I kind of want Josh Green to start. So I'm going to throw Josh Green out there over over Gary Harris. We have Cameron Reddish at the 3, Siakam at the 4, Christian Wood at the 5, Dinwiddie off the bench, Gary Harris, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dwight Powell. So it's actually not that bad if Dwight Powell is your last man off the bench. But yeah, if I can upgrade that backup center position, that is going to be my priority this offseason, or not in this offseason, at the deadline. So definitely an interesting rotation. We'll see how it goes. We got the, a top 4 seed last year, so I'm expecting we can do a similar thing this year. We're going to be running perimeter centric with Siakam joining us. I hope he can push us over the top with Luka Doncic. I have a good feeling about it. So we'll see where we're at. And at the deadline, we will be trading for a backup center, hopefully anyway. So we are at the trade deadline, and I am getting that upgrade I'm looking for. I'm getting Omer, Yurt 7, and I'm also getting Duncan Robinson's contract that might come in handy this offseason for another trade. So I'm going to be trading McKinley Wright, Dwight Powell, Max Kleba for Omer and Duncan Robinson, which Robinson could get some minutes at times as well, who can space the floor like crazy. So that's a trade I'm doing. That gives us a way better backup center that we can work with. They actually want to start Dinwiddie and Luka Doncic together. I guess we could theoretically do that, but I did like Dinwiddie off the bench. So if that's what works, sure, why not? But now the bench looks a ton better. So really liking it. So now I have Gary Harris, Josh Green, Dinwiddie, Luka starting together, Reddish, Siakam, Christian Wood. So right now, currently only 29 and 26 on the season. So, not great, but we're the A seed right now. Hopefully we could turn things up now that we have a better backup big man. I don't know if that's going to be the future or solution to all of our problems, but we'll see what happens. Darius Garland wins MVP. Victor is your Rookie of the Year. Gafford's your 6-man 80 defensive player, and Garland also wins Most Improved. So I don't know you could win MVP and Most Improved in the same year, but shout out to Garland for doing that. I'm assuming Luka Doncic only made All-NBA third team. And look at this. This is something you don't see very often, but Luka Doncic is... Look, man, he's down in scoring. 24 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. So he doesn't have to score 40 points per game or whatever it was sometimes he'd get in the simulation. So... you love to see that. We ended up as the third seed in the West again, and guess who we draw again is the Warriors. So, player stats wise, you had 24 from Luka, 20 from Christian Wood, 19 from Siakam. So, you had a lot more help here. Reddish average 13, 13 from Dinwiddie, 11 from Josh Green, 9 from Finney Smith, 7 from Gary Harris, 7 from Omer off the bench. Not too bad. Maybe a better backup center would be nice this offseason. So, we'll see what we can do. We'll see how these playoffs go first. Hopefully, we can sneak into the finals. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if we'll get to that point, but we'll see what happens. We get Steph, Jordan Poole, Wiggins, Kuminga, Wiseman, Clay. It's a tough matchup, as we know. We lost to them last year, but we pushed them to 7 last year. Maybe we can actually beat them this time. Still in the current round against the Warriors, and we started and we lose in 7 again. That's tough. That's tough. Okay, so we lose in 7 again. 29-14, 28-16 for Siakam, but we lose by 18. So not good enough still. All right, last offseason. I'll give this the last offseason. Jalen Green and the Rockets are in the finals, and we see the Cavs win it again. So I'm going to give myself one more offseason. We have Robinson's contract that I'm going to take advantage of, and we're going to have to resign Siakam, of course. So yeah, that sucks. Definitely sucks to not be in the second round, or at least make it to the conference finals, but we'll get there. Maybe Jason Kidd. Maybe we need a different head coach. I don't know if there's a better one. Maybe we sign him, like Steven. But I am just going to bring back Jason Kidd at this point, and we'll sign him back. So we need to get out of the first round. That's a huge first step next offseason, but I'm giving myself a 1-year window. So we got to get good fast. Even though we're already good, don't get me wrong, but got to resign Siakam, and I got to find a way to upgrade the bench even further. So at this point, the only 2 guys I have to worry about is going to be Siakam and Josh Green. Those are the 2 guys I have to bring back. So I'm going to sign Siakam back. Oh, and Dinwiddie as well. So I do want Spencer Dinwiddie back off the bench. So I'm going to bring him back. So Dinwiddie, Siakam, bringing those guys back, and then Josh Green, of course, I want back as well. So we signed all of them. And then Omer, I think we can also get back as well. But Josh Green, our payroll is about to be super high, but it's going to be worth it if we can win a championship. That's what you're ultimately working towards. So if you look at the backup centers available, you have Isaiah Hartenstein, which is actually really solid. You got like Najee Marshall we could sign as well, which actually, give me Najee Marshall, a 78 overall backup power forward. That could be huge. So I'm going to sign Najee Marshall. And then I am honestly probably going to be looking to trade... so we got Cameron Reddish, Finney Smith, Najee Marshall. So really, it's only the backup center position that I really want a huge upgrade at. So Robinson, and I don't know what else we can throw. We got Norm Powell. Okay. But if I threw like Gary Harris in here. So Gary Harris, we can get Derek White, Brandon Clark, and Jake LaRavia, and we trade a first-round pick. So the Grizzlies give me Brandon Clark off the bench. Zach Collins, Drew Eubanks, where we get 2 backup centers. Kyle Kuzma. That could be an interesting backup power forward. The Lakers have him. I guess the Lakers were looking to get rid of his salary, maybe. Chris Duarte. There's some good trades here. Bojan and... Okay. I'm tempted to do... I think I like this one the most. Well, I mean, Zach Collins, Drew Eubanks is solid. Getting Kyle Kuzma might be, I mean, we need an upgrade wherever we can get it. So if I can get Kyle Kuzma here from the Lakers, I don't even know how he's still, I honestly don't even know how I'm getting this trade. Maybe they're just selling bad. Although I think, in my opinion, if you're getting Kyle Kuzma, I think a first round pick is warranted. So I'm going to throw a first round pick. We get Kyle Kuzma, which is not really what I was looking for, but that's a huge upgrade. So now we can just kind of sign Isaiah Hartenstein or Omer, and we should be good. So I guess we're going to probably just have to wait on Omer to be our backup center, which I think is fine. So now we got a new rotation, which I think is the best it can be. So let's see. And Omer is back. That's huge. Okay, so player progression. Luka's down. Everyone else is staying the same, which is great. So the only thing I need to do now is move, I guess Reddish is going to move to the 2, maybe. Maybe Kuzma moves to the 3 and the Reddish to the 2. I don't know. It's going to be weird, but Kuzma at the small forward stays the same. Reddish goes down, which kind of sucks, actually. Maybe Finney-Smith's shooting guard would go down like crazy. I guess we just run 3 small forwards, whatever. So shooting guard, we Josh Green, and then we'll have 3 small forwards. So Kuzma will start. It'll be Reddish and then Marshall. So yeah, I like it. This is our final rotation. So if this team can't win a championship, I have failed my job. But you know what? I think I did the best I could, as realistic as I possibly could, to get a team around Luka Doncic that's going to be able to compete. Power ranking lands this at 6. You got Luka, Green, Kuzma, Siakam, Wood, Dinwiddie, Reddish, Omer, Najee Marshall. Very good. I could throw Dinwiddie into the starting lineup as well, but I'm going to continue to rely on Josh Green. I think Josh Green has earned it. So let's wait to the end of the season. Let's see where we finish up, and let's see if we can win a championship with the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic is back to being your MVP, averaging 29 points per game, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. Very good numbers, as we are kind of used to. And we also went 68-14. So this team really turned it around this season. I think the addition of Kuzma obviously helped out a ton. But Luka went back to his scoring ways and carrying the load. So you love to see that. So first in the West, of course, but it doesn't mean anything if you get eliminated in round 1. So 28, yeah. So Luka went back to being the guy here. Everyone else averaged like 18, 17, 15, 14. Even Reddish is, kind of contributing. Dinwiddie. So we had a lot of double-digit scoring, which is the help Luka Doncic has been asking for. A lot of guys here who can score the basketball. Even Josh Green has developed really nicely, averaging 15 points per game. That's huge. So here we go. Round 1, we could get the Warriors again potentially, but it's the Pelicans. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. How are you about to lose in round 1? I can feel it. Somebody current round, and we are going to beat them in 5. Okay, I thought for sure we were about to get A-seeded, upset, but hey, we beat them, and now we get the Grizzlies, who have Jalen Duren, Jaren Jackson. That's a very solid front court, but their shooting guard is gone in Desmond Bane, so I'm not as scared as them as if they had Desmond Bane. Somebody current round against them. We're going to Game 7. Game 7, give less minutes to Josh Green, it says. All right, man. This is to move on. This is to get to the conference finals once again. We've been here once after beating the Suns, of course, as we know. We're taking care of business so far here. Please keep the lead. Oh, man. Oh, get it back. Get it back. Come on, Luka. Dig deep, please. Dig deep, Dallas. All right. Got it. Keep the lead now. Don't give it back. It's not looking good, boys. 113 and 111. Oh, man. I'm nervous. A minute 43 left. I suck at this 2K in particular. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't trust the simulation at this point. So I have Luka. Maybe I can clutch up here. So I'm going to try my best to clutch up. I am nervous. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just going to have to hope and pray that I can make something happen. So, so far, I'm not doing anything, though. I'm just literally spamming pick and roll and getting nowhere fast. So, Siakam. All right, hey, made a basket. That's what I needed. I tied the game. Even though it was probably the ugliest, possession you guys have probably ever seen. John Morant, I'm guarding him with Dinwiddie. Let's see if I can clamp up. I don't like this. Decent defense, and Jalen Duren gets the offensive board. I tried, man. All right, Luka, I need you. Let's see if I can get... I feel like in this one, I played my friends like around like the holidays on here, and I feel like you have to be like perfect with the release, which is something I'm not used to. 115 and 115. We tied the game again. Christian Wood with a very nice dunk. Needed that. And now we need to stop. We got to stop last time, but we allowed them an offensive board. So John Morant is going... Okay. He missed it. All right. We got something going now. We can go to Luka here. Let's see if I can just go all the way to the basket. That would be perfect. Actually, I have Siakam in the corner. I did. I'm pushing... Oh, that's a... just the releases, man, are so... They're so different, man. I don't know. That's what I get for never playing this game, I guess. You got Santi Aldama, I think, on... Yeah, Santi Aldama. You're going to go to Brandon Clark. I'm there on Ja, but he makes a tough basket. We have 38 seconds left on the clock. Wow. Okay, we need a basket in the worst way possible. I don't really want to kick out for a 3, but hey, Siakam's wide. See, the releases are just so you just don't know what you're getting, man. It's just one of them slow and then the other one's fast. I don't know. I probably lost this after that. Hey, he missed it. I guess I have a chance to tie it up, but man, everyone's release is so different. You just have to like practice like crazy, I feel like. 27 seconds. We're gonna need a 3 here. I had Siakam wide open. I can try it again, I guess, but let's say, can I get the end? Oh, I missed it, bro. I missed the dunk. So we are going to lose to the Grizzlies in game 7, which really sucks, man. Let me just get out of here. Maybe we can do a redo real quick. Do I win this time? Hey, no, I got eliminated. Whatever. All right, boys. I come up short. The Grizzlies beat me, I guess. Hey, I did my best to build around Luka. Not going to be winning a championship today, I guess. And I am trash at 2K. So we learned. Actually, you guys already knew that. But hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. I'll see y'all tomorrow. It's Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.